Did you know that 0.01% of the human population suffers from the terminal illness known as Chief Executive Officer?
It is a sickness that nibbles on the frontal lobe of the individual, leading to very cool symptoms that include, but are not limited to, the inevitable decay of empathy, sociopathy, losing one's grip on reality, and saying odd things online, especially if you're a video game CEO. Said odd things lie on the spectrum of, yeah, I can kinda see where you're coming from, kinda wish things are different, all the way to, holy shit, holy fuck, why the fuck would you say that? And if you're curious to see as where these two CEOs lie on this big beautiful spectrum, then leave a like, drop a sub, and let me regale you with the tale of two CEOs. So, in the more level-headed camp of, yeah, I can kind of see where you're coming from, but I kind of wish things that were different, we have the CEO of Take-Two Interactive, Strauss Zelnick. If you are even tangentially aware of video games, I guarantee you 100% you have seen some of the games that this nigga's company has published. Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, and that one table tennis game. And you don't hear this from me, but they got a little indie game coming out, and gamers just can't wait to get their grubby little hands all over it. And who can blame them? This shit is crazy. This is even crazier. This is diabolical. They spent 13 years in the stew perfecting their JPM. That's jiggles per minute. These are JPM levels, the likes of which we only see in MiHoYo games like Genshin Impact and Zenless Zone Zero. JPM even got the journos tweaking, asking Zelnick some questions like, hey man, big booty Latina dropping wet? Here's the answer, if you care. But Zelnick said something a little more interesting that I want to tap into. I'm not a gamer. Not a lot. I don't play video games. I'm not the consumer in chief. Now, on the surface, this statement is innocuous as fuck. Nothing to worry about, really and truly. However, is it just me, or is it not a little bit weird that the CEO who's on track to publish the biggest game of the decade that is going to make $1 billion of sales alone and a gajillion off of the shark cards isn't like the least bit like keen to play his own game? Isn't that a little strange? Isn't that a little odd? Like, I'm fully aware that I could be tweaking with this take. I will be the 10th person to admit it. Because on one hand, I kinda get it. Don't get high off your own supply. If the nigga was playing Grand Theft Auto every single waking moment of his life, then the company would most probably be in the red. He's the money guy. He's Mr. Benjamin. He's Mr. Bags McGee. He's gotta look at things from a completely different perspective. That perspective being, how can I suck these losers again for another 13 years until PlayStation 10? But on the other hand, it's like, you're not even gonna dip your finger in the sauce just a little bit. You know, you ain't even gonna lick the spoon type shit. Not asking you, not asking you to 100% the game, not asking you to be a trophy hunter, but like, the first act, maybe, I don't know, play that, I don't know, it's just weird to me. I think being the consumer in chief in the entertainment business as a CEO is probably a mistake. And again, I fully get where he's coming from. It's just that for me, personally, I think that the entertainment industry and subsequently the video game industry could benefit a whole lot from the suits actually caring about the games that they put out outside of the oodles and oodles of schmeckles that they're gonna make from sales. That's like Tom Cruise, Mr. Mission Impossible himself, saying, I don't really box with movies like that. That's like Colonel Sanders, God bless his Southern song, saying, hey man, I don't really box with the bucket like that. And it's like, I fucks with your product. I really do. This shit is good, but why are you in the chicken business if you ain't even gonna snack on them wings from time to time? I'm not asking CEOs to fiend over the games the way Spider-Man mains fiend when they see two white women in the background. I am definitely not asking for that, but like, enjoy the game. Maybe? I don't know, man. I don't know. My role is to attract, retain, and motivate the best talent in the business, and then getting out of their way. Attracting, I get. Hey, you silly little gamer, you wanna work for the company that publishes Grand Theft Auto, Mafia, Red Dead Redemption, and NBA 2K? Of course you do, little nigga. Get the fuck in here. Now the retaining part of that code, it's a bit shaky. It's a bit shaky. These video game jobs are getting glossed left, right, and center at the moment. Getting a degree in game development was a mistake, and I wish all future and former game dev students a very good luck out there, fucker. Which makes the motivation part of his code especially funny, because what better way to motivate a person than the ever-looming threat of spontaneous unemployment? But this is a classic case of two things can be true at the same time. Even though I think this statement is weird, the whole thing of him not being a gamer, gamer. I think it's odd. At the same time, I think it's the best way to go about things in this current economic climate when it comes to video games. It's a very Khaled-esque approach, you know, get the right niggas for the job in the stew, throw in your 2 cents, ad-libs, and call it an album. Now picture this, if you will. Imagine the suits, as geriatric as they are, actually enjoying the games that they publish. You would hope that the experience would fondle their empathy receptor so that they could come to the conclusion of, holy shit, this game is amazing. I need to make sure my employees are good. I need to make sure their families are good so that the next game can be even better. Or the conclusion of, this game is bad. this game is bad. This game is a 2-pack of Overwatch 2, a 2-pack of ass, if you will. Get back in this stew and do better. And while we're at it, could we maybe not use other artists' work online and base our whole game's fucking aesthetic on this person's stolen artwork? Maybe could we not do that? That is Camp 1. What of Camp 2? The camp of holy shit, good God, good Lord Almighty. Why the fuck would you say that? Say hello to this prime specimen, Randy Pitchford. And when asked if Borderlands 4 didn't know there was even a 3 would cost $80, it most probably, most definitely, certainly will, Mr. Pitchford had this to say. If you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. This is such a psychotic and sad thing to say. Psychotic because telling people that have been engaging with your IP for the better part of 2 decades that they're not real fans if they can't afford your game in this current economic climate is definitely one of the decisions of all time. It's sad because Randy's not wrong. I guarantee you that niggas will buy the game if it's $80, $90, or fuck it, even $100. And Randy knows this because just look at the whole Switch 2 debacle we had like a few weeks ago. Everyone online complaining about the new console price, the lackluster specs, the new game prices, the cartridges just being glorified game download codes. All that red-tape. And it's funny, you hear all of this bitching, all of this complaining online, and come to find out that the pre-orders for the Switch 2 have sold out in 9 fucking countries. You may not want to deep it, but there are a handful of companies and CEOs, Nintendo being chief among them, that can literally tell the consumer, eat shit, die, spit in their mouth, and tap their dicks on the tip of their tongue, and I guarantee you that the majority of niggas will fervently cosplay Oliver Twist. Pitchford explained that it's not my call, but argued that diehard fans should figure out a way of getting the funds together. Hey man, quick question. As the chief fucking executive officer, what is your call? Who are you beholden to as the ruler of this kingdom? Who is pointing a gun to your head and forcing you to make this game cost $80, dog? You can make every single game here on out $5 if you wanted to, because your word should be law as a CEO. Yes, I get it may not make financial sense, and your widow shareholders might start shitting and pissing in their diapers. But at the end of the day, it most certainly is your call. If you're just gonna spew out psychotic shit, then the least you can do is not lie to the general public. Like, I feel like that's beneath you, Randy. It's beneath you. My local game store had Starflight for the Sega Genesis for $80 in 1991 when I was just out of high school working minimum wage at an ice cream parlor in Pismo Beach, and I found a way to make it happen. Did this nigga just hit us with a back in my day? In big 2025? Fix your heart or cease, mate. Jesus Christ. Yeah, sure, mate. In 1991, when a 4-bedroom house cost 10 cents and you still had change to fucking furnish the whole entire thing. Abysmal anecdote, you out of touch diplodocus. Also, this tweet is hilarious because if you're in con for inflation, that boy was being extorted to high fuck. $188 for whatever the fuck is going on the screen right now is insane. But fuck us, right? Fuck us for not being real fans while we're getting slowly priced out of our favorite hobby. Jesus Christ, man. I need the AAA industry to fucking die. Moral of the story, the day niggas realized that they could aggressively monetize entertainment and media was the day the light of God left this planet. CEOs, they're not bunch. They're not bunch. Like, I get it. Like, you can't be in charge of millions and millions of investor dollars and profits and still be like a functioning human being that can integrate into society. Like, it just doesn't happen. But if it came down to it, I'd rather have a CEO like Zalnik who, aware, sure, you may not play the games, but you get the right people together and you leave them in the stew, you leave them to rot until they make a complete bang and you stay out of their way, as opposed to,
I'm going to make it my mission to mug off every single person that's been enjoying my IP since 2009 and demanding that they find a way to make $80 happen despite the economy being on fire since COVID. Run me my fucking schmeckles.
buddy. That's all I got for you today. So until next time, leave a like, drop a sub, don't you dare grow up, and I'll love you lot in the next video. Away.